Today we are talking about a Forsaken Monument deck. Forsaken Monument is one of my favorite artifacts of all time. This thing is going to gain us life. It is also going to mana ramp us as well as pump up our entire colorless squad. Now this deck is surrounded by some really interesting artifacts that all serve sort of their own purpose here in the deck today. We've got some early aggression with things like the Automaton as well as Circuit Mender to gain us life as well as getting us card advantage. And there are some pretty unique combos in this deck. We're trying to combo off things like Lithoform Engine as well as Invoke Despair to copy the Invoke Despair twice. We've also got the Myriad Construct that we're going to try to hit with our own Malachor Rebirth to spit out a ton of other little constructs that are going to be much bigger thanks to our Forsaken Monument. Those are some really interesting ways you can win the game. We've also got a very unique top end in Turgid. Turgid is going to allow us to steal some stuff, especially if we get the Lantern out to put on some pressure. We've also got Wandering Archaic to hopefully copy our opponent's spells if they don't have enough mana to produce. But it's a very unique deck that's really hard to explain, so I'm hoping the gameplay footage will clear some things up. But before we get into the gameplay footage, if you guys want a full deck breakdown, it is going to be at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And in the meantime, there's a link in the description below for the full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. It helps out a lot and it's a free way to help support the channel. So with that being said, enjoy the games, guys. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Thanks so much for tuning in today. In today's video, we have Mono Black Artifacts, a deck that we've tried before and had some success with a long time ago. And I think we got a little bit of a better version of it here today, hopefully. So really excited to showcase this one, that's for sure. The opening hand could have been really amazing, but unfortunately it's not. This is better, I suppose. But yeah, man, happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you have a great weekend this weekend, man. Today marks the last day of my day job before I go on vacation. I'm technically, when you're seeing this, on vacation starting today. So I got 1 week off. So I'm super excited. Energy levels are high for that. All right, that is going to be a problem, but not really super problematic. Just a little problematic. I think I'm going to go for the card draw here over the second Bank Buster. All right, Adeline. Okay, so we really got to get this going here fast. Might just play out this, honestly, next turn just to keep a defender out in front and threaten to make a good block. Just to slow him down slightly here. Man, would really like to have gotten the Monument down on turn 5 next turn, because then I could have done a really big Meat Hook Massacre, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. At least we get to keep the Adeline at bay, at least until this gets removed by a Brutal Cathar this turn, maybe. Next turn, though, we can hit for 3 on the Meat Hook, which is not great, man. We need to be able to hit for 4. It's 4 or bust, kind of. Oh, they take the Bank Buster. Interesting. I'll take that. That's fine. I was going to crew it up to stop the Adeline from attacking anyways. Wow. That's an interesting attack. That is a very interesting attack. Happily, I'll make that exchange. And now our Meat Hook Massacre just became phenomenal. Oh, but I forgot about the tax. Ooh, but I still, the only thing I don't kill is that, right? So I get this for 1, 2, 3, and then I get to do it for 2. I get it for 2, and the Monument becomes cheaper, and I also get back a 2/2 blocker for this. Seems good enough for now, and then the Monument can gain us a bunch of life late in the game, so I guess that's fine. I'll take it. It's not the best situation. I would have liked to get the Initiate, obviously, off the field, but this is totally fine. Brutal Cathar, that's fine. Again, the Forsaken Monument hopefully gonna really gain us a lot of value here. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2. Make sure you tap all the black sources, otherwise it won't do it for you. And that way you have an additional mana here with the Crawling Barrens, which means you can play your Bank Buster, gaining a bit of life. All right, we're chilling now. We should be able to dominate from this point forward, because the Forsaken Monument, is out of range of Brutal Cathar. It's out of range of Skyclave Apparition, and it's out of range of any sort of like portable hole. But the other problem we might have though is this hopeful initiate. It can actually blow it up. Not anymore, it can't. All right, thank goodness for you. This is probably gonna be an auto scoop, to be honest. Auto scoops it up. We gain 3 life or 4 life off of that, and we draw a card. Seems fair to me. Nice. What a card it is, ladies and gentlemen. What a card it is. We can't play it just yet, but looks like they're gonna probably take it. Make it a little more expensive. Not a problem for us though. Monument makes it very, very affordable. So, okay, well, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Opponent is going to eat the Invoke Despair. We're going to draw some cards. Oh, you'd love to see it. We get the Circuit Mender, which is life gain for us here. So we go up to 20. Let's go. Crew this bad boy up. It's going to be a 6/6, by the way, thanks to the Monument. Down to 10. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. As you can tell, this deck is a lot of fun. we definitely have a lot of fun with this thing, man. All right, we get to draw a card because it's when it leaves the battlefield, not when it dies. Love that. Love that. Cosmos Elixir's a no-brainer here. Get to draw some more cards. And yeah, let's draw another card here, I suppose. Another Monument, not great. Okay, that's fine. Draw another card. Invoke Despair is really solid. Oh, brother. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can actually pump my Crawling Barrens one time, which is super helpful. Because eventually that Crawling Barrens is going to be very relevant. I'm really happy that they stuck to their guns though, and they're finishing out this game. Well, now they got a really good amount of options for the Despair. I don't like that. I wish I could have really put a nail in the coffin with that, but looks like that's not going to be the case. Okay. I suppose we just end the turn and look to block with the Crawling Barrens. I wish the Crawling Barrens counted as a colorless creature, but I don't believe it does. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. The only problem we have here is Forsaken Monument's probably going to get blown up by the Hopeful Initiate. If it does, though, the Crawling Baron's going to make a really good block. Yep, they're looking to blow it up. They're looking to blow up something. It's got to be the Monument, right? You got your choices for sure, but Monument's got to be the play, right? Or not. Okay, that's totally fine. All right, let's pump this thing up to the high heavens. All right, and we get another Cosmos Elixir. You love to see it. Actually, we can go one more time here now, thanks to the treasure. All right, this is looking good. Let's go ahead and, yeah, I was gonna say there, it's just a matter of time at this point. We're just kind of playing with our food. I was wondering if they were gonna see that or not, but good starting game here, man. Love that. GG's. Great start. I'm hoping we can showcase the other win cons, like the construct, or maybe even like a ooh, we have the construct, we have the monument, we have the rebirth. This is solid. We might have to use the rebirth as a land though. I hope not. I hope not. We'll see. We've got the construct play though with the rebirth. We also have things like Invoke Despair with the Lithoform engine, which could be pretty wild. We'll see how this ends up going. I think we're gonna get a pretty good construct here. We'll see. All right, nice. We don't have to use the rebirth, I don't think. Love that. Love that. Hopefully we can get to the monument before opponent gets too aggro. Yep, they're gonna be a they're gonna be one of those types of decks, huh? Little Magecraft option here. That's gonna be tough to beat, I can't lie. Tough to beat because we don't have spot removal. We focus on the Meat Hook Massacre as kind of our sweeper engine, so I'm hoping we can survive long enough. We'll see. Obviously the construct, you know, being huge and then spitting out a ton of blockers is nice, but this is a flyer, so that's kind of a problem for us. No spells to target, huh? Double strike 1/1 disturb. Okay, don't mind that. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Let's see what we hit here. Hopefully something decent. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Maybe we play that and then we look to do another card draw with the Bank Buster. Might be worth it. And then we go for the Monument. That way we can use our mana for additional mana to kick the Construct. Because the Construct's going to come in with 2/1 counters on it. That's pretty helpful, honestly. They're looking to remove this too. That's kind of awesome. All right. Still nothing being pumped up onto their creatures, which is good news for us. So no Magecraft stuff yet. Maybe it's all protection spells. Okay, I'm confused. It might be a spirit deck. I'm not sure. Let's go and draw a card though. Hive of the Eye Tyrant, not bad, but definitely going with the Monument play here. This patchwork is going to go up to a 2/2, but it's also going to get a 2/2 pump from the Monument. I could attack in here for 6 if I'm willing to crew this. But I think I'm going to stick to defensive playing here. I think I'm going to stay very defensive. Not looking to attack in here. Once I get the Construct down and go wide, we'll look to maybe try to close the game out. But right now we'll stay super defensive. The only thing we really got to worry about right now is in the air Shredder. But now they go ahead and put the enchantment onto this creature, making it unable to block, right? No, it can be blocked. Okay, whenever it's attacking alone. Wait, it can't be blocked. And whenever it deals damage to player, it can nice. Okay, so yeah, it can't be blocked. That's tough. That is tough. Gonna need to gain a lot of life here because this thing is going to get massive, I'm sure. Being a double strike creature is not good either. That's why they're playing a lot of disturbed cards, I guess, though, because of the ability to connive is prevalent to, you know, discarding cards. All right, so my turn. All right, so how do we want to do this? If we play this and then kick it for 3. Yeah, that's good. Kick it for 3. Gain some life here. Super helpful. The Automaton goes up. The Myriad Construct is very big. It's an 8/8. We're going to play the swap out so we can rebirth the Construct. And we're looking really good right now, guys. Looking really good to go wide and finish this game out. Okay. I probably should have got aggressive there with the Automaton. I probably should have attacked in. That may have been a mistake on my part. We'll see. So they're attacking in with the Geist. Sure thing. Can't really stop them. And they connive. They're definitely going to find the tools they need here to succeed because of their connive ability, just really shuffling through their deck here pretty quickly. But they're not dropping off anything but lands currently, which is not going to scale up their Geist very much. Love that. Don't love the fact that they're probably sitting on some sort of phase out stuff. All right, let's go and rebirth this. Obviously, the rebirth does not actually work with the Myriad Construct, but it still gives us, you know, 8 3/3s. Still very, very helpful for going wide and trying to end a game. Would be really, really nice, though, if the rebirth did work. That'd be crazy. Meat Hook Massacre. Ooh, for like 2. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Let's go ahead and attack in here and see how our opponent responds. Because they're probably going to have some cards that they're going to want to expand here. I'm sure. Ooh, Ward 2. Are you going to pay that to do what? Tap target creature? You pay the 2 for that, huh? That's good. That's mana being used up for this turn. I think we got him, man. I got to imagine we have him here, but obviously things like slip out the back, not great for us to see. We might not even need to kill this thing. Maybe we just I mean, can it kill us though next turn? Because I don't want to blow these two up, but you know what? It's fine. That's fine. Let's blow them up. Let's blow them up and force them to make a play here that they're not going to want to make. I don't know. It doesn't feel great, but it is what it is. Yeah, they got slip out the back. I thought so. All right. We do lose our 2 creatures. We deal 2 damage though. We win the game. So either way, GG. Either way, GG. I had a feeling it was going to be slip out the back. I'm not going to lie though. I didn't actually anticipate the 2 damage being dealt by the Meat Hook Massacre until after I cast it. So that actually worked out in our favor to end the game. I probably should have seen that. I'm a little disappointed I didn't. A little bit, not a misplay. Obviously it's the right play. That's how I should have done it. But just wish I would have done it purposefully. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, GG's. It all worked out. All right. Well, that was great. It's always nice to win when you don't actually even try to win. I'm not one to sit here and pretend like, oh, I'm a super fantastic player and I don't make mistakes. I definitely make mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes though land in our lap and they're actually favorable. So we'll take it. All right, so we got a pretty good hand here. We got a lot of good 2 drops. Drawing some cards. The Bank Buster seems pretty fun. Depending on whether or not I hit a land here will determine which card I play. Cool, we hit a land, which means we're going with the Automaton. I would have gone Bank Buster first because I would have needed to possibly draw a land, not to miss a land drop. But in this case, we draw the land, so Automaton it is. Yeah, again, we don't want to miss another land drop, maybe potentially coming down. So I'm gonna go with the Bank Buster here so we could draw a card next turn. Would have been great to draw a Mender, but not really too concerned about our life total right now. I think drawing cards is going to be the key. They don't attack in, which is not surprising. You don't want to attack in and give up your underdog there. All right, no attacks. We find our land. Love that. Don't love that as a hive though. Don't need a second hive. Not that we had a 2-mana play anyways, it looks like, so didn't matter. All right, Field of Ruin blows it up. We do go grab another land here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Black Source just in case we draw into an Invoke Despair. So far, man, we're cruising along though. I feel pretty good about this matchup as well, especially because they're not attacking into us here and they're not getting they're not kind of going crazy or anything. I'm gonna go with this. I think this is a lot of value. A lot of value to be had over time. If opponent's not going to attack, we're in good shape. All right, so the Automaton's gone, which means we take damage. Oh, I should have crewed. I should have crewed, and that's on me. Should have crewed. That's on me. All right, we still don't hit a land. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Do we go for the land and then Automaton if we don't hit it? I guess that's fine. Wow. Okay. Hurting for lands. Hurting for lands. If we can get this Forsaken Monument in, we're gonna win the game. It's just about whether or not we can get it in. Man, not happy with the last game, and then, well, I mean, I'm super happy with the last game we played. We played really well and won the game, but the last play of that game, and then we're bleeding into this game a little bit. All right, the Monument seems great. And I will make an Automaton block against the underdog here if I have to. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be necessary or not. We got the Monument in now, so we're going to gain a lot of life. It's going to get pretty wild with the life gain here pretty soon. We've got 2 Circuit Menders, which is going to gain us life as well. Automaton is pretty big. It blocks the underdog really easily. Nope, it gets killed. They pay the 2 ward costs. Yep. Seems fair. No point in crewing up that Bank Buster in that position. It would have just went right back. Should have crewed it in the last combat though, when we had the chance. All right, they're just trying to get really aggressive here. That's fine. I think we're gonna be all right. 6, 7, 8 damage here. I'm just so happy we got the Monument in. We're gonna get so much value out of that. All right, let's gain a ton of life here. Let's go. Just life gain central here. Okay. Do what you gotta do, my friend. We'll take the card. Just gaining life. Just gaining life. And then we got the ability to draw a card here. They say nice. Thank you. I thought so. Ooh, another bank buster. That's another 2 life right there. That's another 2 life. And then the elixir gains us another 2. I mean, just look at us go. Back to 16. Just when you thought you were dealing enough damage to get the job done, my board starts to come to life. And that's what's so great about this deck, is that it does bring you down, you know, to the brink of death in a lot of situations, but it does have a great way of pulling you right back into it. If we've got that monument, man, the card is busted. The card is busted. All right. I don't know what their plan is here. What if it's to meat hook though? Do I actually want to block with this? What if it is to meat hook? 5, 6. They can meat hook for 6 anyways, right? So, okay. I should have made the block with the circuit mender and just left my bank buster out of the mix, but we'll see. It's probably gonna be meat hook here. Blood on the snow. Okay, yeah. Unfortunate. Definitely should have left that bank buster out of it. It's fine. We're gonna draw a card off of the mender. Rebirth. Okay, we got the construct and the rebirth, and this is by far probably the sloppiest game I've played. All right, you know what though? I kind of want to win in different ways every game, right? So we could go with the construct play again, or I could go for the Turgid and look to steal their stuff. That seems pretty fun. That seems pretty fun, I can't lie. All right, construct, and then we'll kick this construct. There's no need to really overextend on the kicking situation here. I can attack in for a 6/6 and put some pressure on them. I think that's fine. They keep hitting me with the nice. I kind of get it. No need to hit that button anymore. I think they're just mad that they're gonna lose this game. I might be saying that a little bit early. They do have 2 mascots, you know what I'm saying? All right, so they did just look for a way to get a planeswalker back. They don't have any in the yard though, and I don't have any out, so I'm confused as to why they took that card. Meat Hook Massacre for 6. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, because even if I hit this on this, we are not going to get the, well, we will get the 3/3s, but then they gain a ton of life. So we got to let it go, unfortunately. That's tough. That is tough. That's a good answer to our little problem here. All right, well, I guess we look to invoke despair. I actually want to just play this out, because then we draw a card with the, yeah, we look to draw a card with the elixir at that point. Or no, we go to 20. It's not quite right. All right, now we look to draw a card. We're up to 22. We have 2 6/6s on the board, and now our opponent's gonna have to pay 2 every single time that they cast a spell. Otherwise, I get to copy it, which is phenomenal, especially when you talk about the mascot exhibition. Good call. Good call. The only problem is I have a little bit better of a mascot exhibition than you do, because you're looking to get all these little tokens, right? Well, check out my tokens. I think they're a little bit better than yours. I think they're a little better than yours. There's the good game. They didn't like that play. They didn't like that play at all. We were going to continue drawing cards with the elixir as well. Oh, that's so good. I played that one really bad. No need to let me know in the comments, by the way, how badly I'm playing. I'm well aware. I'm well aware. All right, so game 4, we're on a bit of a roll here, and we've got to see a lot of the different win cons. I'm hoping in this game we get to mix it up one more time with the win cons. Maybe we go with the Invoke Despair win con with the Lithoform engine. That could be pretty fun. Kind of a hard one to hit though, if I'm being honest. Our opponent's on Orzhov. Hopefully we shut down any sort of hopes of them playing Vanishing Verse, because all our stuff's colorless except for Turgid. Turgid is not colorless. All right, we're off to a weird start though. They're a little quick here out of the gates, which is really bad for us. Mardu, oh yeah, they're a quick deck. All right. Circuit Mender, get us back to our 20. We got a good body to block with because we can draw a card off of it. We're gonna need to find some back-to-back swamps here if we're gonna play the Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair, not the best. Oh, it actually just got a little bit better with that. This got a little bit better, but that's also a great card. Not, you don't want to see that. All right, they're looking to draw cards, which I'll take that, I guess, over the aggro. Hopefully we can get there, man. Hopefully we can get there. No attacks, even with the 3/3 double strike. They don't want me to draw a card that bad. I'll take it. I suppose I'll take it. No attacks. And we look to Monument next turn, which is really great. I mean, the mana is going to be phenomenal from that point. All right, so they're going to take the Construct. Nice. I thought they might have taken the Mender there just because they don't want me to draw a card. And a lot of people think that if you exile the Mender, you're going to get a card. Or I'm not going to get my card. But I actually am going to get my card. They finally attack, which is a little bit a turn too late. Saved me a lot of life there, I can't lie. Automaton. Man, a meat hook off the top would be chef's kiss. That's a good way to prevent, though. All right, Forsaken Monument it is. And hopefully being at 20, we can get where we need to go. All right, this thing is already at 7. They can deal 13 damage right to my face, fireball style. Can't have that, but there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. We just don't have the mana for the Invoke Despair. The draws have been kind of weird this game. Getting an Invoke Despair with no swamps is not fun. Yeah, they have lethal technically with that Sorin. I don't think we come back from this, unfortunately. Or we do. Okay, or we do. Or we come back just fine. All right. Oh, this is just too good. This is just too good. Let's go. All right, more life gain. We're back to 17 with an automaton at 3, and we got a 4/4 body. We're looking fresh to death. All right, now we just need one more swamp off the top. Invoke Despair hits, hopefully taking out one of these really good planeswalkers and essentially a double striker. I'm hoping. We'll see. They go for the meat hook. I'm sorry, they go for the Skyclave Apparition, which is going to target the automaton, and it does have a ward too, so that is probably going to be their only play of this turn. Wow, Meat Hook Massacre MVP, huh? MVP. I'm willing. Oh, I was gonna say I'm willing to make this trade here if you want to attack in, but they have a good answer with Vanishing Verse. Didn't think that card would be relevant, but here we are. And they GG me because they have the ult with the Dracula. Well played. Well played. We were in a bad spot there to begin with. The Meat Hook Massacre really did kind of come in clutch there, but still wasn't good enough to recover, unfortunately. All right, well, that last one was a little unfortunate, but in all fairness, I think I kept a pretty bad hand there for going second. No place till turn 3. Thought I could get it back with the life gain, but maybe should have mulliganed that hand. I need to do a little bit better at mulliganing. We got to be a little more aggressive with the mulligans. This is much better because we got the automaton into Circuit Mender this time. So we'll keep this one. Shambling Ghast. The old 1-drop. All right, so they're not running snow mana though, so that's a plus, I suppose. Easy 2-drop for us. Automaton. I always want to say automation with this card. Automaton is such a strange word. We've got so much life gain here though, we should be good, I hope. Whenever the permanent is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Haste. Whenever enters the battlefield, creature opponent's draw 1/1 to end turn. That's a very good answer to what I was doing there. That was pretty convenient. Fairly convenient with that, but that probably means they're a very aggressive deck. So maybe they're trying to go super aggro, which doesn't exactly scare me too bad. Okay, are they gonna make me sacrifice? Probably, right? That's cool. I'll draw a card. I'll draw a card. Let's just hope they don't have a lot of artifact answers because my artifacts are coming up here next turn, and they are some doozies. We got some doozies for you. Cosmos Elixir comes in, and I'm gonna turn on my fan. I didn't realize it was off. I just started getting warm all of a sudden. Oy. All right, transform, hit me for 3. Yep. All right, we could have used an on-tap land there, but you know what? Drawing a card's fine. We're gonna lose some life here, but we're also gonna gain 2 from the Cosmos Elixir. So not terrible. We also get another construct. This is all fine. This is all fine. We're gonna take another turn off though to play the Forsaken Monument, which is not great. Not great. Now they're playing Hand Hate. What the heck are they trying to do here, man? I'm so confused at what their deck is trying to like accomplish. Yeah, we're going Monument here. Monument, because I'm not going to die next turn. There's no way I die next turn, so I think the Monument's a fine play. Into another Cosmos Elixir seems pretty cool too, because we get to gain some life, and we'll still have enough mana to pay for a Bank Buster. All right, gain some more life here. Bank Buster, or I could play out a Construct. No need to kick it, so yeah, sure, we'll play out a Construct. It might get targeted by something. You never know. You never know. It might get targeted here. I could crew. I might as well crew the Bank Buster, right? Because the Construct can't block the Flyer, so might as well get some damage in while we can. We got 6 coming through, so get them down a little bit, back down to 23. Within a respectable range here. This is the part of the game, though, where we start to really take off, so... as I say that, we get blown up. That's tough. That's our only draw mechanic. But we do have the Wandering Archaic, which really kind of puts a damper on their Invoke Despair. But as I say that, they play an Invoke Despair. That's awesome. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. A lot of life gain here, man. We're like, they're gonna have a really hard time keeping me down on the life total here, because we're just gaining life like it's nothing right now. Plus we have 20 life right now and 2 elixirs, which is gonna start drawing us some cards hopefully. If they do play some spells though, some instant sorcery spells, they're gonna need to pay 2 more essentially. It's like a ward effect built into every creature we have and every permanent we have, really. It's kind of cool. Archaic, such a cool card. If they kill my Circuit Mender, not the end of the world. And if they play in Despair, I get to copy. All right, they pay the 2 extra. Archaic's down. They take 2. They're gonna hit me for 3 again. Super annoying. Not the end of the world though. We attack him with the Hive. Is there some stuff in the graveyard we want to deal with, or there's nothing to really reanimate there, so might be okay. Tenacious Underdog, okay. Bank Buster's nice, thank goodness. There's some life gain there, and we get to draw a card. And it's another elixir. You'd love to see it. There might be a little bit of a problem here though, because we're going to be drawing so many cards that we better be able to close out the game here. Otherwise, 3 cards a turn could get pretty bad for us if we end up decking ourselves. Depends on how late this game goes. We are up against Mono Black, the king of grind, so we'll see. We shall see. Would like to find our own Invoke Despair as well as maybe a Turgrid. That'd be great. It's so annoying how they find all of them, man. It's crazy. All right, we get to draw a card though off the Mender, so that's all right. Meat Hook Massacre could be super helpful. I could draw a card with the Meat Hook Massacre after. Okay, where were you a minute ago? They would have been able to pay for it though, so it doesn't matter. Roadside, that's more mana. Archaic. Dude, that's so much life gain. Like, we've gained like 100 life already. We should have died like 3 times, but the deck just gains so much life. More life. And we crew you. That's a better blocker than the Archaic actually, because we draw a card if we block. So let's actually bring in the Bank Buster off of the Archaic. I know that might seem weird, leaving more, or yeah, tapping down more defenses. But like I just said, the Circuit Mender, if it dies, draws us a card. The Archaic is something we want to stay alive, so gonna keep it this way. We're finally getting some value too with all the draw engines with the elixirs here. We're finally getting our hand refilled back up, and they have to pay 2 extra for that. They do. They really don't like the Archaic, man. They don't want to be paying that 2 mana, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Can't really attack in with their Tenacious Underdog. They can attack with that though. That is fine. Would really like the Turgid to get in, but I'd also really like to see off the top a way to steal their stuff. You know, and Invoke Despair comes to mind. That's also not bad because we can do double down right now. We can go Turgid's Lantern a bunch of times. Really start putting some pressure on him, I hope. And do we play this out? Probably, but then it just gets targeted, I think. I think we just untap and keep doing it. Just really frustrate them, I think, with the Lantern. Just keep going super hard with the Lantern over and over again. Draw a card. Meat Hook's not bad. Meat Hook can answer finally the problems we have here on the board, and an Invoke Despair. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, I'm pretty happy now. We go back up to 21. We got just as many cards as them in hand. We've got a Meat Hook though, which eats up their board. Invoke Despair with a Turgid. So do we want to Invoke Despair, or do we want to Meat Hook the board? It's a good question. I hope they play out something worthwhile, something worth stealing. A Planeswalker would be nice. They play out the worst possible scenario here, which is a creature they would love to sacrifice with the Despair, and a creature that I would love not to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can't play the Turgid and the Despair this next turn anyways. Missing 1 black source here. Strange attack with the Tenacious Underdog. I guess they want to blitz it though. Draw some more cards. That's fair. Hopefully they Deadly Dispute the Shambling Ghast. Nice. Okay. So we get to steal your Henrika. Henrika. Domnathi. That's again though, we don't get to steal it right away though, so that's actually not true. I keep forgetting I'm one short. Okay, that's fine. We draw a card, whatever. $30 cards left in the deck. We're still looking pretty good on that. All right. Let's go here. Hopefully it survives, man. I really hope so. I really hope so. Let's see what they do with this. They're probably going to just... Yeah, okay. Well, super unfortunate. Just in case we feel like attacking in here, we'll crew up. Yeah, that's annoying. I would have liked to have gotten it off of the Despair. I probably should have held on to it one more turn. All right. Let's get in for an attack with this and the Hive so we can eat up their Tenacious Underdog. We're gonna win this game if we, I mean, we're gonna outgrind them. Their stuff's gonna be, you know, getting taken care of like that over time. They're down to 23. They're losing out here each turn on more and more value. Their hand is getting smaller, our hand is growing. It's just a matter of time, really, but yeah, we're looking fine. This is all good. I just wish I could have stole some stuff. I'm a greedy player, you know. I'd like to steal some things. And did they just really hit another Invoke Despair at the top of their deck? That's crazy. All right, well, we got a good Meat Hook Massacre though, so we're okay. And that puts them at no 1 card in hand. Oh, wrong card. All right, See ya later, my friend. They have 3 mana though, and they are holding some priority, which means probably Deadly Dispute, which feels so sad. No Deadly Dispute. Look at our board state right now. This is crazy. Look at how many artifacts we have. It's actually wild. All right, these just counteract each other. Let's just get these down. Let's get aggressive here. Let's get aggressive. So much going on here. Oh, they scoop it up. They're like, you know what? We're both mono black here, but I think you've outvalued me with the artifacts, sir. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. GG. Welcome to the end of the video where we are going to break this deck down for you guys and give you an analysis. But before I do so, as always, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. I do appreciate you so much for that, because if you make it this far into the video, it helps out so very much with the YouTube algorithm. So shout out to you. I do appreciate you for that. And let's talk about it. So today's deck was very interesting. How do we even start with this thing, man? Honestly, there's just so much going on here as far as like what it can do, right? So you guys saw just how much life gain this thing can generate. It's wild. We got in a lot of really bad spots because of Boros being the meta right now, and it's very aggressive. It burns us out pretty fast, but if we can gain enough life to recover, we're in good shape, which this deck does a really good job of doing so, because we kick things off with the Forsaken Monument. This is our build around card, the card I really love a lot. And we built the deck previous in a really old video that was just like this one, but my deck building skills, I do have to say, from that time to now, has gotten a lot better. I'm not saying I'm great at deck building, but it's gotten a lot better. This deck would smash that deck. The Forsaken Monument works really well, obviously, with other colorless artifacts or colorless creatures in general. So we kick things off with the Patchwork. Patchwork is busted. It's a Kamigawa card that just recently came out. Protects itself extremely well with the Ward 2, and forces our opponent to make some pretty bad moves, like paying 4 to 5 to just remove this thing off the field, which is so freaking good. And it starts from there, and it only gets better because it starts to gain value when we drop things like Bankbuster, which is going to be a very good card draw engine to our deck. And you guys saw me crew this thing a couple of times for some unique blocks. It can also get very aggressive for us, which is really awesome. We've also got the Circuit Mender, which is going to trigger the Automaton. Oh, God, that card's name is so weird. It triggers the Automaton, and it also gains us life. This is where the life gain starts to really happen, right? The gains 2 life is a very big deal, especially early on when you're playing things like Boros. It's also a good body to block with, and we're not afraid for this thing to die because we just draw a ton of cards with it. And then Forsaken Monument, you know, gaining us a lot of life every time we're playing some sort of colorless spell. And then we've also got the Cosmos Elixir, which is going to then gain us even more life at the end of our turns. So there's a lot of life gain here. And if there isn't any more life to be gained because we're already past 20, Cosmos Elixir just draws us cards, which is fantastic. Here's where we get into our sort of win cons, right? So we work our way, our life total back up. And as we're gaining the Patchwork, potentially dealing some damage, we get to our bigger stuff where we sweep the board with the Meat Hook Massacre, which you guys seen us do. We sweep the board, kind of reset things out, and we've also got Crawling Barrens, which can get enormous overtime thanks to the Forsaken Monument's ability to mana ramp us up and cause all of our colorless lands to grow, you know, to produce double the mana. So Crawling Barrens gets massive after we sweep the board, which we can end the game with. Hive is another creature that can, you know, attack in end games. We've also got, you know, Turgid, which is going to steal stuff from our opponent, which we saw, which is really nice. But the Lantern side of this can put some pressure on our opponent over and over and over again, especially with all the additional mana. We can untap this thing a million times, which we didn't get to see. Wandering Archaic, a great card. It's not technically an artifact, so it doesn't trigger things like the Automaton, but it's going to obviously allow us to copy our opponent's spells, which is pretty interesting. And it does get pumped by the Forsaken Monument. Invoke Despair, another great way to just end the game. Draw us a ton of cards. So there's so many card synergies, like drawing cards in this deck, life gain, drawing cards and gaining life, not a problem. We're eventually going to outgrind and outvalue our opponent to win the game. And then Lithoform Engine just obviously doubling up on everything is wild. You guys also saw how good the Construct was when we targeted it with the Rebirth. This is something I wanted to talk about. So the Construct is a card that is so unique in that if it gets targeted by anything, it sacrifices itself. So we're not actually able to rebirth the construct when we target it, because when we target it, it immediately sacks itself. There's no putting this effect onto the creature. So unfortunately, there are no other cards that are cheaper than 1, and there are no other cards that are instant speed that give this sort of effect for our construct. So even though we're kind of just throwing a 1 mana spell out the door, it doesn't really matter. There's no other way you can do the Myriad construct, from my knowledge, to where you get more of a benefit from it, right? So you have to target it with some sort of spell. There's just no spell that says target creature does this where the construct's not going to sack itself first. So there's no benefits you can get and no synergies you can kind of build off of that. This card is really, I think, designed to just protect itself from your opponent, you know, targeting it with something else. So the rebirth is just a really nice 1 mana. You know, your opponent maybe tries to exile this for something or whatever with the Brutal Cathar. You just hit it with your own rebirth and you got yourself a million constructs. So it's a really cool combination, but a good way to also end the game with the monument on the field. Yeah, man, there's so much to talk about here. Sorry, this is a lengthy one. This is a very unique deck, though. Obviously, you can go into your swamps and your color list. You just type in, not even type in, but just choose artifacts. There's so many ways you can build this deck. It's not even funny. There's so many good cards from Kamigawa. The Soul Ripper comes to mind. This card right here is interesting. You could tack it onto your automaton early. If you want to really focus on growing your automaton, protecting it, and just dealing a ton of damage, you could do things like this, or even this card right here, the Vorpal Sword. And it does really work pretty well with this deck because it does cost a lot to have this thing kind of go off, but we have so much mana with the monument that it's pretty easy to pull this card off in the end game to win the game. But it's hard to get elusive enough to win the game with just an automaton. And you guys saw people really remove that card pretty fast. Even if it does cost them more mana, it's going to get removed in a lot of cases. We've obviously seen the Beetle Ran and sort of decks like this. There's just a lot of really good options in this mono black artifact type of a build. I personally like the way I built mine. I really am enjoying myself with this thing, and the win rate is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be, believe it or not. But again, if you guys want to make some adjustments to this deck, maybe add some removal into the early interactions, things like that, by all means, give it a shot. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on how you would make the deck better, or if you have any ideas, or if you have a version of this deck where you play and it's a little bit different. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all that. Yeah, man, that's going to conclude today's deck breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I really had a lot of fun playing this deck today. I think I'm going to make this same deck, but I'm going to make a blue version of this because I have some ideas for that. But before I get out of here, as always, there's going to be a video tomorrow as well as a live stream. So be sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified when we go live. And love to see you guys there. And lastly, huge shout out, of course, goes to the Marty Mob. Got to give a shout out to these guys every single video to let them know how much I appreciate their memberships on this channel and helping this channel grow and, grow into a potential job in the future. So I just want to say thank you to them for all their support. And if you guys want to be a supporter of the channel through the membership program, you guys can hit the join button down below or the link in the description. But that will conclude today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then. Peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.